So this is the Naughty Bits podcast, and rather than just hearing naughty stories from us all the time, we want to hear naughty stories from you.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your stories because we tell them all the time, but I'm sure your stories are even funnier than ours.
Well, it really could just be anything at all. I mean, we just want to hear it, really. Message us on Twitter, Facebook or Instagram. Just search, what do you search for, Joe?
Naughty Bits Podcast.
Naughty Bits Pod. I was very close.
It was.
Good,
I was thinking it was something else then, but I remembered it's not.
No. I won't ask what she thought the other thing was. Sometimes it's just easier not to just nod and smile. Nod and smile. Yeah, so if you've got a naughty story for us, we would really love to hear it. I mean, this week's, we've got a story, by the way.
I can't believe
We've got a story. This week's Naughty Bits listener story comes from Anna in Devon. Hi, Anna.
Hi, Anna.
So this is what Anna has to say. Anna writes, Hi, Joe and Ed. I was listening to your podcast a few weeks ago when you mentioned you were after naughty stories from listeners. And although this story haunts me to this day...
Oh, God, poor girl.
I cannot help laugh at it now, and I thought you might too. So, almost a year ago, I was in London at a festival with my 3-year-old daughter and her godparents, having the time of our lives. There was music and food and things for the kids to do. It was brilliant. It was a great day, you know, the kind of thing.
Yeah, that's nice when you have that feeling and you think, I'm a parent, but I can still have a great time.
Exactly. My life's not over. In the morning of the second day before the festival, me, my daughter and her godparents took a walk to the nearby park to get a coffee, have some breakfast. Out of nowhere, I started to feel as if I'd sat in something wet.
Right.
It's a bit different, I suppose, isn't it? We hadn't sat down on any of the benches. We were still walking to the cafe, but I just thought I'll ignore that for the time being.
Oh, my God.
Got to the cafe, thought about getting some food. Still had this horrible wet feeling in my knickers. That I knew I did not want to sit down in. So I made a beeline for the toilets to find out what was going on. The toilets, of course, were out of order, so I couldn't even check what was going on downstairs.
Oh, does she feel squelchy? I have that feeling a lot.
Oh, I don't feel very well now. I said to everyone, we should get ourselves a coffee and head to another park across the road where I thought there were more toilets. As you probably guessed by now, there were no public toilets in the next park, and I had no other choice but to tell my daughter's godparents that something was going on in my pants. And I was pretty sure it needed sorting sooner rather than later. Now, one of the godparents gave me a bunch of wet wipes and told me to go and hide in a bin behind the bin somewhere without any notice or warning. And, oh no, hang on. There we go. I'll go back. So, one of the godparents gave me a bunch of wet wipes and told me to go and hide behind a bin and see what had happened. It turns out I'd pooed my pants.
Oh my God!
I'd pooed my pants without any notice or warning, and I only knew this to be the fact because, well, I'd stuck my hand down my knickers and brought back up what Joe would describe as chicken noir.
Oh my God!
So I hid behind the bin, I slipped my soiled knickers off, binned them, and, well, I started to clean up aisle 2. Which is nice.
God.
While I was doing this, the godparents were watching from afar in hysterics and taking pictures of me struggling to cope with the amount of fluid that had seeped out of me. I mean, this is a serious event that's just happened by the sound of things. I was out at a festival for the rest of the day. I didn't want to cancel any of the fun at all, so I popped into a Tesco around the corner, bought some extra large Tena Ladies to keep me safe until the evening. 48 hours went by and I'd suffered a few leaks here and there, but nothing as major as the first incident in the park.
Oh my God!
Finally, I'd been 24 hours clear of any spillages and no messes whatsoever, so I was very sure I was ready to sleep the whole night through without any problem. I removed my extra large Tena Lady from my pants and went to bed safe and sound. 5 minutes later,
oh no,
I farted myself awake and for the final time shat the bed.
No! But something similar, Anna, happened to me on holiday because everybody kept saying to us, go to this sulphur spa, which so it's outside and it's like this, anyone can go, you didn't even have to pay, and you go into this sulphur thing and it cleanses you. So it said it's really good for your skin, it's really good for your circulation. And so Paul said to me, I'm not going in there, and the little kids couldn't go in, so my daughter couldn't. So my son said, as he watched this lady in Italy with a thong on and big bazookas walk into the thing, I'll come with with you, Mum. So off we went into this sulphur spa thing. It's like it said it was a spa, but it was outside, just in like this national park.
Sounds lovely, yeah.
Yeah, so we went in and we had a really nice time. We were in there in our swimming stuff, came out, and I said to Paul, wow, it smelt a bit mentholy, but I said, I don't feel any different. I said to George, how is it? So have your spots cleared up in there? And he went, yeah, it's all right. I feel a bit more refreshed. Anyway, so we walked down then to this lake, all of us, and there was this jetty, and we were all going to jump off the jetty, and there was other people there as well because it was packed, and the Italians like to be very noisy and all crowd in and everything. And so Lottie jumped off the jetty, she got back on, that's my daughter, my son was swimming around, so was my husband, and I was stood there about to get in. I thought, I don't want to jump in and all the lake come out. So I just stood there contemplating it, and the similar thing happened to me as it happened to Anna. I felt wet, but a horrendous stench. Horrendous. And I looked down and there was poo running down my leg, like you see, of a baby. I couldn't even feel it coming out. It was just running down my leg. Because at first I looked and I thought it was just water from being in the sulphur thing. Yeah. But worse than that, Ed, I'm stood there going, oh my God, there's poo coming down my leg. And my daughter's nearly drowning, going, Mummy, it's like yellow poo going down your leg.
Oh, wow.
But a pack of dogs from nowhere, well, I say a pack, there was 3, came running towards me down this jetty, and I'm on the end like Augustus Gloop, and in my swimming stuff with poo down my legs. And Paul's going, just jump in. And Lottie's going to me, do not jump in with poo on your legs. And my son's going, I can't stand this anymore. And my husband's going, Joe, please just jump in. And these dogs out of nowhere came along, and they came running round my legs, and then put their noses right up my bottom. Like I'm clenching my teeth now because I was going, get away like this with my mouth clenched. Their noses were so far up my bottom.
Dogs.
And I don't like dogs anyway, but they were absolutely loving what was coming out of my bottom.
Did they get a taste?
They did get a taste. They licked up my legs, and that was just enough for me, and I dived in.
Well, at least they gave you a wash.
I had a wash. A wash.
That's good.
Oh, it was disgusting. The most disgusting thing. And then I said to this lady who was staying in the place near us, how much does it cost for laundry in here? And she said to me, I cannot launder those. No.
Burn them.
Goodbye, swimming costume.